So today we are going to be beginning the journey of web development, and in order to do that we have to get some resources on our system ready. So the first resource we are going to get is VS Code, Visual Studio Code. That will be the code editor we'll be using throughout learning the web development course with Lawrence. So first things first, to get Visual Studio Code on your system is to go to your web browser, then type Visual Studio Code. So the first link that comes up is the Visual Studio Code link for the official website. So you click on it and you come to download for Windows. The moment you do that, VS Code automatically gets downloaded on your PC. Once it finishes, you click on the link. Then you agree to the license agreement. I accept the agreement. Then I always recommend that you leave these two checkboxes: register code as an editor for supported file types and add to part. This add to part is to, because this will be your main code editor for throughout the whole course. So it's better you just add. It's better you leave it as a link to the parts of your system. Then you click on create desktop icon. That's just personally my own preference, because I like it when it's easier to like open from my desktop. So next, then you click on install. So I already have Visual Studio Code on my system already, so but because you're trying to like get it downloaded, you have to click on install. Once it's done, then it's gonna be all set on your system. So first things first, we have to create folders where you're going to save each and everything you learn. So first thing is to, I use CMD for most of my work. So Windows R, that's to open the run command shell on Windows. Then you type CMD in the box you see there. So CMD is going to automatically open your command prompt. So next thing is to go to wherever folder you want to save the sandbox folder in, whether it's your desktop, whether it's your documents, whichever. So for me, I'm going to be saving mine on the desktop. So you have to change directory to desktop. Then next thing is mkdir desktop. mkdir stands for make directory. So mkdir sandbox, sorry about that. Then once you've created the sandbox folder, the next thing is to move into that sandbox folder. That's where we're going to be creating folders for HTML, for CSS, for JavaScript. Then you hit enter. Now we're in the sandbox folder, so we do the mkdir again, mkdir HTML this time, mkdir CSS, mkdir images, and mkdir media. So this is basically to help segment your work. So we have a folder for images, a folder for media such as videos, folder for your styling, and a folder for your HTML documents. Once you've gotten all this and VS Code is installed on your system, the next way to open it is to use code space dot. So automatically VS Code opens on your system, opens the sandbox folder you just created on your system. So here's mine, and this is my HTML folder, CSS, images, like we created. So you could set up your VS Code, you could design it in the way you want. So you could use different themes and different extensions. So if you want to like make yours look the way mine is, you can go to settings, then extensions, Now under extensions, you could search for material material theme. So this material icon theme, you install it. Mine is already installed already, that's why my themes are looking different, my icons are looking different. So you could install that to make yours look the way you want. And there are some other themes, you could just play around with them. So next thing is to get Python installed on our system. So the way we installed VS Code, you go back to the browser and you type Python, download, then you click on the first link that comes up, which is python.org, the official website for Python. Then you download Python. Now Python comes in different versions. So in my own case, I'm using Python 3.10. The latest version is Python 3.11.4, as you can see here. So whether you're using Python 3.10, Python 3.11.4, it really makes no difference. In fact, the newer versions comes with like an upgraded security, stuff like that. So you hit on Python, download Python 3.11.4, then that gets downloaded on your system. So the moment the download finishes, you click on it, then I already have Python on my system, so that's why you could see this upgrade now. So for you, you click on all this, make sure they are all down. PIP stands for Python install packages. So it is responsible for installing different packages that you might likely use during the course of the whole web development journey. So next, then make sure you click on add Python to environment variables. This is very important because it adds your Python, it adds the location where the bin folder of your Python is stored. It adds it to your path. So that way, when you install it, the system recognizes that Python is installed on the system. The moment you're done, you click on install. Like I said, I already have Python on my system, so I'm not going to be clicking on this. But the moment you're done with that, you come back to CMD and you type Python space version, and you can see it tells you the particular Python version that is installed on your system. So in my case, it's Python 3.11.3, not 3.10. Probably I made an upgrade, but that is the, once it shows you this, then it confirms that Python is installed on your system. Then you can now play around with Python by hitting Python. Then let's say x is equals to 5, y is equals to 6, sum is equals to x plus y, then print sum. So just play around with it then to confirm that Python is installed on your system. So that is that for this video. Next up, we're going to be starting up with basics of HTML. Thank you very much.